There,
I am here. Can you hear me?
I sure can. There
Awesome.
you
Can you
are.
see me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, everybody. Wow, what an amazing call. There's like 700 people on this call. That's
I
really
know, and there's
cool.
like 200 on the YouTube live at the
Wow,
same time. It's like,
huge.
wow.
Awesome. So I'm coming to you today from my perch high atop the Red Rocks of Sedona, where I live here in northern Arizona. And so I was asked to share about what I felt I wanted to talk about is just prospecting and what was the other thing? Manifesting your dream team. So I've been involved with direct sales on and off with several companies over the last 30 years. I got involved with LifeWave about 2 years ago when my sponsor Beamy called me. And I was suffering from a torn rotator cuff for about 6 months, was looking at getting surgery, was depressed, losing sleep, living with chronic pain. I just turned 60 and I'm like, this is what 60 years old is like. And so I was just surrendering, okay, surgery's coming. But then divine providence happened. Beamy called me, told me about it. I had heard about X39, but hadn't checked it out yet. And immediately I said, I'm ready to try this. Ordered the silver package, got it, put a patch on, and within 24 hours, the pain just subsided significantly. And after about a few weeks, it was almost like healed. It was just a miraculous healing. But as soon as I signed up, within 24 hours, I called some people I know, and they jumped in with me as well without even trying the product. I've come to understand that with prospecting, there's two people I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who are looking for a health and wellness miracle, a healing miracle, uh, and also people that are looking for a business opportunity to up level their life. That's why I got into network marketing in recent years, just because I am a single father as well. And I have four businesses I operate. I'm an international recording artist. I have a tour company here in Sedona, Jeep Tours, for many years. I'm also a visual artist. I have my art in the galleries here. And I do LifeWave. And LifeWave I always have it with me in my toolkit, and they all work together. And I'm always looking for people. So one thing that I do is that it's kind of a little ritual ceremony I started several years ago when I got back involved with direct sales. And what I do is I go to the top of the mountain here and I just say a prayer. And I let the universe know that I'm open for business with LifeWave, and that I am asking, and I pray and I ask that I can be an attracting force to the people that are looking for healing, that are looking for an opportunity, and that I ask that all obstacles be removed from me finding these people. So I put that request out to universe, to the mainframe computer. I let them know my intention, that I want to build this. I want to have success with this. I want to manifest my dream team. I'm calling forth the others that want to build with me. I'm very clear about that. Then I just send it off, and I let it go. And I have no attachment at that point. But my job is to always be looking, paying attention to people that are coming into my space. So for years, what I would do is I would get up and have my morning coffee. I go to my phone and I would just fire off a bunch of text messages or use Messenger to have a real short message. Hey, something came my way. It's in health and wellness. I would love to share some information with you. Get back to me ASAP. I can fire that off to 100 people in 20 minutes or less. Just going through, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. So because I love to work intuitively, I, I, I had ADHD as a kid. I was dyslexic. I'm not linear in my approach. I'm very kind of non-linear. And so, uh, so I get up, I can fire off 100 messages, and then throughout the day, I'll get several responses. It's kind of a numbers game, a percentage. So I've realized that if I fire off 100 messages in the morning, I'll probably get about 10 responses during the day, and I'll start 10 conversations. I'll send them startx39now.com. Check this out. It's amazing. And then, I'll get into some conversations with people. And out of those 100 messages, I'll maybe talk to 10, And maybe, 2 or 3 will want to make a purchase, and maybe somebody even wants to sign up. So I do that from time to time. I take that approach. That's kind of how I always be. First thing in the morning coffee, I got a little time. I'm going to just start the day with putting some energy out like that and see what happens. I also love to go to Whole Foods because I live right near Whole Foods down the street. And for years, I would go to Whole Foods in the morning coffee hour, or especially at happy hour, because they serve beer and wine there and they had a restaurant and all. So I would just plop myself down at the bar and I would order myself a beer or some food or a juice or whatever. And I'll sit there and I'll take a sleeve of X39 and I'll just set it on the bar top. And I'll just sit there and then I just look around. And I'm just like I'm just an attracting force. And sometimes even I'll be looking across the room and I'll catch a glimpse from somebody. They'll look at me. We'll have eye contact. I just know. So I'll get up and I'll walk across the room and I'll just say, hey, I noticed we were kind of connecting, and I just felt guided that I wanted to share something with you. I'll approach it like that. I will also, if I'm in a restaurant, I've done this several times because I'm always looking. If I see some people at another table and I just tune in, I will just approach the table and say, sorry, I don't mean to disturb you, but I'm involved in this with this health technology. I just felt guided to talk to you about, here's my business card. It's about stem cells. Check this out when you get a chance. I'll do stuff like that. And I'll also, talk to my waiter, because my waiter now, who's been serving me for the last hour or so, is now a warm contact. And of course, they don't want to make a career of waiting tables generally. They're probably looking for an opportunity. So I'll talk to my waiters as well. I do that all the time. And then maybe some of you saw my video that Onyx shared with you recently about me on the ski slopes. I'm a skier. I'm skiing up on the hill here 2 or 3 times a week. This is one of my greatest recruiting, because I'm always riding up with people on the chairlift. And the other day, I was on a 70-year-old guy. We started talking. He was telling me, I said, how often you get up here? Well, I try to get up here as much as I can, as much as my knee will let me. I'm like, oh, your knee. What's the matter with your knee? Well, I got something going on with my knee. Well, I got this, and I told him about it. He's like, wow, really? So on the chairlift, I texted him. I got his number. I always have a business card, in my phone case right here, where I can always take out a card. I always have them with me. I gave him my card. I got his information, of course, texted him the link to Start X39 Now. We stayed in touch. We connected a few days later. He bought a sleeve from me, took it home, started getting instant success. 2 weeks later, he signed up with a gold package for he and his wife. They're loving it. They're super excited about it. So I do that all the time. Now, another thing that I do, I got my stopwatch on here to make sure that I'm not going over time. I just got about 4 minutes left. But on Facebook, I use Facebook all the time. Now, the first thing with social media, I'm always trying to build rapport. So I'm putting pictures up of skiing and doing all the stuff I do. I'm a single dad. I have an 11-year-old boy. He's right outside the door in the living room playing on his Switch, Fortnite. He loves it. I can't get him off the screen. But, we build this business with our life. It's just how we do it. And but Facebook, I have real good success with Facebook. Every now and then, I do not spam on Facebook. I drop something about LifeWave probably every few months. Okay, so but I'm building rapport a lot. So I've had super success. Like I'll find one of my best campaigns. I just found a picture of DNA, and I put a picture of DNA, and the message was on my page: I was recently introduced to a light and frequency technology that generates stem cells in the body, and the effect is absolutely amazing. I would love to share information with you. I put that on my Facebook page, and because I live in kind of the conscious healing arts community, a lot of people are interested in light and frequency technology for healing. Okay, so I got about 150 responses out of that, of people wanting more information, because I found a really cool image of just DNA in space, like blue and sparkly, really neat, eye-catchy. And that got a lot of response. And from that, I signed up a couple people, and people made some orders. So that really works good. And one of the secrets to using Facebook is I go to my friends page. A lot of people don't know how to do this. But if you go to your page and then go to your friends, it will bring up 2 columns of all your friends. Okay, I got 5,000 friends. So all you have to do is hover your cursor over your friend's profile, and a pop-up window to message them will come up. So you just click there, brings up the messenger at the bottom, copy and paste the brief message in there with a personal greeting on the top. Hi, Sally. I was recently introduced, and fire that off. I can fire that off down my friends list, 100 people, and it doesn't take long, 10 minutes. So that's what I do a lot. And what else do I do? Of course, I try to stay as close to the 331 system as I can. But the most important thing for me is just staying consistent. I was mentored by a multi-million-dollar earner in the industry who taught me, he said, success in direct sales comes with consistent action over time, just staying consistent every day. I'm trying to do a little bit here, touch as many people as I can, leave a card here. I love these cards that we have here. I have these, we can get them on the business site. They're awesome. I give these to people all the time. And for me, I'm planting seeds. And sometimes I never know how they're going to come around. I have no attachment. Like, for instance, I'm in conversation with a huge, multiple $1 million earner in direct sales from another company of mine. I've been talking to her for a year. We've been in conversation for a year. And she's like, I was just last week, she told me to get in touch with her beginning of the year. So I did. She's like, I'm ready to talk. So we have a meeting this next week to finally come in, I think. So, you just never know. You just keep planting seeds. And I approach it like, this is my garden. I'm planting seeds. I'm growing a garden of success, of prosperity and abundance. I'm working with the universe to support me in this, working with my team, doing the groundwork, but also having the right mindset. Mindset is so important. And anyway, that's about my time. I hope you found something useful there. And it's been a pleasure to be with everybody.
I took some notes. That was absolutely fantastic. I loved all the teaching on Facebook and what you're doing to utilize that. Thank you very much for sharing.
You're welcome.
And I have to tell everyone, Tracy from Barcelona just texted me and said, Onyx, there's not 180 people on the YouTube live. There's 350 of